hiding anything important. They're hiding that there is nothing else.
Hey, welcome back to the podcast. Thanks for listening. Thanks for checking it out. My guest this week is Zara Mizrahi. She's a voice actor, amazing comic, just super great writer, and just a cool person to hang out with and chat with. She's done a lot of cool stuff. She's part of the Marvel universe on MODOK now, and Family Guy and American Dad. Just great comic, great person. Enjoy my discussion this week with Zara Mizrahi. How isn't Maine? Had you been to Maine and the Northeast before?
Not really, no. I had been to New York and that's it. So not any like true New England stuff. It was a trip. Like I didn't realize that like lobsters are actually their mascot. Like the flags and sweatshirts that they all have are just lobster. I truly had no idea. I was like, oh yeah, they're known for that. But I didn't think that it was like, cactus for like in Arizona or something. It's literally that. It's everywhere you turn.
Yeah. You can't get away from the lobster. It's good though. Right?
No.
Like,
I mean, yeah, I guess. I just it was so funny because I've actually I try not to be an annoying vegan, but I am one. I mean, I'm a vegan. I try
Is
not
that
to be
off
an
the
annoying
list for
one,
vegan?
and I never really talk about it. Yeah. And the thing, everyone's always surprised to hear that because I just don't mention that I am, and all vegans are known for talking about it.
Yeah.
I just don't normally do, but I'm only doing it because you brought it up. So, I was open to having some fish because I hadn't in so long. And I was like, well, if I'm going to do it, this is the place. Right. And, we were in line at a restaurant, and this was the most popular fish and lobster place, I guess, in the area we were in. And the line was around the restaurant, and we had waited all this time. We were just talking, blah, blah, blah. And then we get up to the front, and I noticed, and I hadn't been in the restaurant yet, but we walk up to the front of the line, and there's a tank of live lobsters. And I was like, oh, dude. And they're like picking them up and showing them around and weighing them and shit. And I was like, I freaked out and started crying. I started crying in the restaurant. And after waiting for 30 minutes, we just had to leave. And I was like, look, I'm just going to go get some fucking tempeh or soy chicken or some shit. I can't handle this things that used to move thing. And that was one of the funniest parts of the trip, which was just that I really thought I could handle it for a solid 35 minutes, and then that was the end.
Yeah, you can literally go choose your animal right there. That's the appeal of it, I guess.
That to me is wild though. I'm not judging. I just can't. It's just something I can't do.
Yeah.
I just felt so bad for this thing. I'm not, again, I wish I didn't feel that way. Honestly, it wasn't a how can you guys thing at all. I was just I'm too much of a pussy to be, I can't separate.
That's amazing.
Otherwise it was great. Otherwise it was awesome though.
Yeah. Oh man, you know what? And you don't have to talk about this if you don't want to, but I also, obviously I want to talk about fun stuff. I really do. But obviously today was a pretty crazy day for Cosby getting out of jail thing is bananas, and very upsetting. So I get it, man. I can't take the onslaught of the last year and a half, of everything, you know what I mean? So it is, partially, it is not partially, it is 100% why I even started doing this podcast is I need to talk to comics and people who will just talk about this shit. Cause I'm losing my shit in terms of what I should listen to, what's real, what's going on, what do I think? It's crazy. So, cause what other big disaster would have shut down our ability to get together and talk about those disasters on a regular basis. You know what I mean?
Yeah. that's a
like,
disaster within itself. It's
it's
just not being able to talk about it like whenever you want.
yeah. So, it seems like there's no end to those kind of things. So that's why, like, the scheduling is what it is. But I there were so many things I wanted to talk to you about, because even despite the crazy year, like, it's so cool to see the stuff you're doing. And I was super pumped to see, like, when you got the Family Guy thing, I was like, damn, like, that's a legit franchise, but now you're a Marvel character.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's also just so funny because, like, I was in the writer's room for it and then ended up getting cast on it. And the room wrapped at the end of July 2019. And
Wow.
now we're pretty much in July 2021. And I recorded just in, I think my last episode I recorded was like in December 2019. So
Wow.
like, it's been, over a year and a half. And it was kind of funny because in my head, it sort of had like already died, basically.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
died, but what I mean? Like, it's just COVID pushed everything and so much had happened.
Right,
and then like animated anything just takes a long time. So it was sort of like in the back of my mind for a while, like, oh yeah, I'll be pleasantly surprised when it comes out again. And then to see it like on billboards and stuff, like after, 2 years of working on it was like pretty wild. And it just sort of felt like, it was funny because people were like, you're crushing during the pandemic. I'm like, not really. Like, this isn't like a new thing that like just happened. Like the timeline for how this shit goes is like, it's always a surprise. And it's always like, you hear like, oh yeah, it'll be like 2 years. And then you just like can't even process like what 2 years will be, like what will happen in 2 years. And then it's like, oh yeah, it's like time traveling. It's like, oh, remember that thing in the past? And then you watch it and listen to it. And you're just like, oh yeah, right. Like I forgot about all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it was cool in that way. It was like, you get to sort of relive it. But yeah, it was interesting because it was like a new credit, but not really.
Yeah. Time had a crazy quality this past year. I sort of noticed, very, very different without novelty, like doing the same thing over a month or two when, you're used to a much more, even the most boring person on the planet usually does more shit than we kind of did there for a long stretch. And that's weird, It's
very weird for sure.
So, it was refreshing to see that come out, and it's such a neat animation. Like, it's such a strange look to that show. It's so cool. Like, did you guys know how they were going to do that?
Yeah, well, so the showrunner, Jordan Bloom, knew what he wanted. And I don't really have any experience with animation, like from the ground up like that. Like any animated show I've done has just been coming into like an already established show. So when we were in the room, we were able to go and tour the animation studio, Stupid Buddy, which is Seth Green's studio.
Neat.
And it was really cool because they do stop motion, like they do Robot Chickens. So they make it's stop motion and they actually make the puppets and they build the sets. They're like physical sets. So that's why it looks kind of real, but then they made it 2D.
Right.
So they did kind of like a weird mix of things. And it was like, when they were explaining it, I couldn't, they told us that and like, we knew that, but I didn't, like, I saw the dolls and I knew what they were going to look like. And I was like, that's awesome. But I couldn't really understand what it would look like just because I'm like, no, I don't have that kind of brain. But I mean, the showrunner knew and he was right. And it was just the perfect studio to choose. And recording it was a blast. And then to be able to see how it matched up with what they did physically, it was just like, it was truly like, it was refreshing. Like you said, it was kind of refreshing. I was like, at least it's different, it's a really cool show. And I like the pace of it too. Like the EPs and Jordan, the showrunner, come from American Dad. So it has that like very similar pacing and the way they're able to find jokes and like all different kinds of punchlines, like physical, or even they use the animation really well. So like that was the kind of stuff that was really cool to see on the page, but it wasn't until I saw it, I was like, oh wow, that's how it comes together. It was sort of like, it keeps getting made over and over again. And then you see it all collide and it's like, it's cool. It was exciting to see. It was definitely like a cool
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just what a thing to be able to witness from the ground up. It was a trip.
Really cool. Yeah, it's definitely you know, obviously these things have been in flight for quite some time. Anybody who's done a project like you said, I mean, you measure it really in years, you know, like you can finish something and be like, oh, this will, you know, we'll get this done, and then it's like 2 years later you're still like messing with it or whatever. It's just so crazy. But like what Marvel released during the pandemic and kind of embraced, and you know, whether obviously couldn't have planned it that way, but like their expansion of the universe with WandaVision and MODOK is so cool. Like it's literally like, oh, now absolutely anything is possible. Like as if it wasn't before. Now, like it's just like, man, it's such deep storytelling that it's mind-boggling, you know.
It is, and it's really cool. Also, with, I mean, I'm not like the biggest, you know, comic nerd, you know what I mean, like expert or anything. But like, what's really cool about Marvel, it seems, is that like it really depends on the person who's interpreting it. It must be like that in DC too, but I obviously haven't worked in any DC stuff. So it's like, what was cool about the Marvel thing was just seeing Jordan and Patton Oswalt, who's the AP and co-creator of the show, and lead voice. So he does MODOK. Right. So it was really cool to see their take on MODOK. And it was like sort of anyone who's in the driver's seat to retell a story or take a character and do something with him, it like really gets interpreted just like through the voice of the person doing it, which is like really cool too, because you get to know a lot about the people it's coming through. And getting to know people in that way, like through a character who's been established for a long time, like people really hadn't heard of MODOK. So it was like, okay, like what's this take on MODOK? And it was just interesting and different. It's cool that they can do like a serialized animated comedy with the Marvel character, but then do something like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. also, or WandaVision, or I mean, the list goes on and on, but it was exciting to be a part of that in that way, just because it just feels like it can never run out of new energy. So that's like really interesting and exciting too. That was something I didn't think about at all, like going into it. Like being part of a universe, like definitely like just keeps churning new stuff, and it's just interesting. Yeah, for sure.
It's so dope. Yeah, I really enjoyed. How many are out now? How many episodes are there of it?
There are 10 in season 1.
Okay, I think I'm through 5.
So glad you like it.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, and I'm glad to hear the idea of it being real stop motion, because I didn't want to research first before I talked to you. I just wanted to like see what was up. I'm like, I hope that's legit like stop motion, and it's really, really neat. And the whole character is cool. I don't have the history on comic books either. I'm just watching them as they come out, you know, and once in a while I'll look up a question on something and check in and see if like my son will watch something and I'll be like, let's look up the character and look up the back end or the history of that character and stuff. But I was a big like Superman guy when I was a kid. No, it's so interesting.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I like where
Superman.
DC now has a like, I don't know, like more of an adult version, teen version of Titans. I think it might be on HBO Max or Disney or something. I don't know what streaming service it's on, but and it's like serious, and it's more like good costumes, and they're getting there. You know what I mean? With trying to match the Marvel spectacle, you know. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, it's definitely interesting how like Marvel was known for the movies and DC was known for the TV. And then it's sort of like, I mean, I don't know if it's flip-flopping, right? But it's like, they're definitely proving that judgment wrong on both ends.
Yeah, well, because Batman was the shit for a long, long time. You know, like the Batman movies were huge, and they just kind of, you know, kept messing with the formula, messing with the franchise, and they'll figure it out eventually. I mean, especially I think now, post-pandemic, I think going to the movies, going to see comedy, going to see live things, and going out is going to be really big for a while because people are like, I need to do shit. I really need to do shit. You know?
Yeah, well, it was crazy. Like when things really started opening up again. And then I was thinking that like only a month or less before all the announcements that things were going to open up again, ArcLight closed.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Like, and then things opened up again. And I was like, no, like just in the nick of time. Like, if you think, I don't know, I was so bummed about that because it was just like, dude.
Somebody bought it. I just read.
Like
yeah, somebody bought it. I just recently read, but hopefully they'll preserve the, the essence of it. Yeah, but it might have been a big chain. I can't remember. I remember seeing a quick headline, like not AMC or something, but I think it was one of those like big chains bought it.
Hopefully I need to look that up. I'm curious. I thought that they would have already tried to sell it before, before closing completely, but
yeah,
whatever. I hope that
spot.
the one in like Hollywood stays around.
Yeah, it's a dope spot. It was really cool to see a movie there. Yeah,
yeah, it was so iconic.
So, what else? What do you like? Well, I guess the question is, you're for people that don't know, you're also an amazing stand-up comic. So what, like, are you balancing, and what do you like more now? Has it changed through the pandemic for you to be like, because you have so much voice work, are you like, or are you still like all in on stand-up? Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I mean, I think I'm definitely like still doing it. And I still think about jokes and I still write them. And it's just interesting because during the pandemic, like we've all had to learn to survive without any of that stuff. And it's been amazing to be back, but I definitely want to come back in a way that isn't just like what I was doing before. Yeah. I feel like I changed a lot during this whole thing. Not just with like the work stuff I've experienced, but I also like got married. I like, God, this is like, I'm like Kim Kardashianing all over this podcast. But like, we also like, I just like now my dude and I own our house together and like, just there are a lot of change. I just turned 30. Like there are a lot of things that just changed in the last year. I also like lost a friend and I lost like my grandmother and like just a lot of changes, both good and bad. Yeah. And, I feel like I'm not the same person I was regardless of COVID as I was in 2019. Like I'm just not. So I'm coming back to stand up, but I'm trying to be as conscious as I can about doing it in a way that like is as honest as it can be about where I am now. And to be honest, I'm not completely sure where I am right now. Like I feel a little confused and I feel like things are really good in one way and really insecure in another way. And like, I don't know what like making progress creatively right now really looks like. So like I'm trying, it's tough. It's like, and I think that's part of like why I was mentioning to you that today was like just kind of a rough day is because like I have some writing deadlines and I have like things I want to do, but at the same time I'm like, it's like what's so weird about art is that it's coming out of who we are as people. And when you're not really like 100% sure about where you are, it's kind of hard to create because you're just like, what do I have to offer this thing? Yeah. And I don't want to just like bullshit my way through a rewrite or a set,
right?
So it's like, so I think I've just been trying to just write as honestly as possible, but it's not always funny. So it's like, it might just take a little longer than I thought it would to be back in like the headspace. Cause I'm just not right now. And as much as I love comedy and want to be doing it forever, I'm just very like confused. And I feel like denying that is just like not going to help. So like, that's just what's going on right now. Like, how do you even talk about what's happening right now? Like, I don't even know. It's like you were saying, like, I literally don't even know how to like talk about it. So I'm just sort of, I guess, waiting it out and just seeing how other people do it.
Yeah, it's like from a pure comedy point, it's like, well, I don't even want to talk about this shit unless I have a unique useful, fun, new take on it but at the same time, like, what the fuck else are we going to talk about? There is a lot, and it's also, the shows that I produced, are inside, and I like them jam packed, and I don't know when I'm ready for that again without like not liking it, like just the fact of being there.
Who knows when the Delta variant will be ready for that?
I know, right? So that's the part where I'm like, and so many people that I talk to about this specifically is just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm a different person. I can't do what I was doing before. Like, cause that wasn't good for me either. I realized, you know what I mean? But it's like, how do we emerge? And I think, I hope the interesting thing, maybe you'll agree with comics generally, is they're very, thoughtful. A lot of times overly so, which is what makes them funny. Overthinking is our jam, right? So we've had a lot of time to do that, and to think about how I'm going to get back doing it is like, well, I'm going to probably do it differently than I did before, because here's what's important to me now, or more important to me now, or takes precedent now, or whatever the case may be. Like, I can't imagine, and I didn't grind as hard as a lot of, not nearly at the, like what people did with running sets every night and multiple sets every night. And I just couldn't, I can't, I don't have that bandwidth. But even now I'm like, I think my show will just be monthly from now on.
That makes a lot of sense.
Like, it's going to be fire. It's going to be great.
You have to do more.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's a decade in, I can kind of think about that. Like I know what I'm going to get from the shows. So, it's weird. It's really weird, but it's fairly consistent with a lot of the people that I have talked to. It's just like, yeah, I don't know what this is going to be next, and then some folks, good are having the time of their lives and just going and doing it and grinding, and hey, cool. It's all good. Have we all realized that now? Like, everybody's got their own little path, right?
I feel like people have been the most accepting of that now than we've ever been before. And in some ways that's like a really positive outcome of this whole thing is like, at least with people like in our circles, it's very much like, think about what we're doing. Like, is this right? I mean, it's a trend right now to rethink every system that exists. And I think that's good. Like, to do something just because we've been doing it for a long time is not a reason to do it.
Yeah.
And you're a father, you're a husband, you're a professional. Like, it's like we can only do so much, right? Like, if there are things that are priorities, why would you like take time away from those things if you're not even sure how you want to approach the other part of this? It's like,
you hit it perfectly.
Figure out what you want to bring to it.
You hit it perfectly. Like, what's the goal you're trying to hit? Is there one, or is it just constantly forward, do the best you can, right? Like, are you ticking off boxes? Like, no, not really. It's impossible, because this, whatever we're doing here in this entertainment is so crazy and so random and must be like honed, like we said, over years. Like, you could have a conversation next week with somebody you haven't talked to in 3 years, and a project comes up that takes you in a direction. You're like, oh, I guess I'm going to do this now. This is really cool. And like you said, you recorded that shit in 2019. It could not even be out right now because of all the things that could go wrong in making art at that level with so many people, right? So I've got a profound appreciation for what everybody's trying to do,
It's wild. Like, there's no one way to do this. And with something as thankless as stand up, it really has to be something that you're genuinely wanting to do.
Yeah.
And there are people who want it that bad no matter what. And I want it, but I want it to be thought about. I want it to be conscious.
Yeah.
And I want it to be I want it to represent who I am. I don't do it for attention. I don't do it for validation. I do it for the pure creative,
the craft of the joke,
joy of writing, and then connecting with, and then connecting with people over experiences that you didn't even think that you could possibly share. I remember I was never that personal in my stand-up. And then for some reason, when I started dating my now husband, but at the time we were just dating, there was, for some reason, I just wanted to share all the weird shit that came up when we first started dating. Yeah. And I realized that ironically, that sharing really personal stories was connecting me more with people than just purely observational stuff was, which was such a surprise, because it sounds like it would be the opposite. But then I was like, oh yeah, you do that too, or this always happens, or whatever. And I just feel that's the kind of stuff I want to be talking about. And right now I just don't know what those things are. And I don't want to go back to just doing observational stuff or stuff that I already know works or that I've done a ton of times. I've I've changed. So I need to know, I need to know what's going on. But it's tough. It's so much of that is discovered while you're doing it too. Yeah. So there's that part of it as well.
Yeah.
If you're not doing it, you might not find it. So I am doing it. I'm just not doing it as much as I used to. I'm doing it once a week. It's not that much.
Yeah. I think the grind is actually figuring out how to make money, not getting in as many sets as possible. It's how can I monetize what I'm trying to do so I can live? That's the hardest part. But the pandemic, I hope illustrated to people there's options. There's all kinds of new options that didn't exist before. I respect the hell out of people that figured out a good way to do Zoom shows and get people paid, and that nowhere comedy thing was amazing through the pandemic. And so yeah, it's that's the grind. And I think it's weird to think that that's what it is, not the jokes are a grind too, and writing is a grind too, but it's it's just appears a lot different. This whole thing appears a lot different than I think it did last, February, when this all kind of February, March, when this all kind of came together. I remember joking about it. The last show we had was March 6th or something. And, I didn't know what to think. I was this is really weird. I mean, by then we really should have been locking down, right? But we were just is this another bullshit bird flu, avian flu thing Ebola we don't have to worry about? Yeah. And it's no, dummies. The reason that didn't become this is because they followed a way to clamp down on pandemics, and those spread differently, and we didn't do any of that. And it was just it's crazy. It's just crazy to think how different I look at the whole thing and how much I love this medium. I knew that before. And you're a longtime podcaster. You were podcasting with Ian Edwards. Well, how long ago was that? That was a decade ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Wow. What a memory you have. Yeah.
It's bananas. So I mean, it seems like it's the future if we don't fuck it up for comics and artists.
No, I think it's going to take off no matter what. I mean, the world's getting more remote with or without a pandemic. It's it's just not efficient. If people want to make more money, then they should not make their employees waste 2 hours in their car every day. It's just dumb. And hopefully people will wake up to the the geological fucking damage it does to our planet to have so many cars around and stuff. So many people moved out of cities and are doing remotely. They're not going to move it all back.
Yeah, I think it's gotta be different. We just have to let it be different. like anybody who's trying to slam us back into the old way is really, some of it was great. Some of it was a waste of time, and we got to figure out what works best. But like, I can tell you that constantly only being remote isn't good for some things to get accomplished, you know, but the way we were doing it doesn't make sense. To your point, like the commuting and the idle time and all that stuff. It's just like, maybe we're just working too much in general here. Like, you know, that's kind of the other part. Like in Europe, they take off for a month and they're just like, yeah, we're not going to work in August. Like, it'll be fine. And like, we shut down for a year and we're not fine, but you know, it's doable, you know? So that's the thing, is like, it's really refreshing to hear that you're like doing well and thinking this way. You know what I mean? Like, it's awesome. It's really awesome. I'm happy to hear it.
Thanks. It's like, I know what you mean. It's a good thing to just be thinking about it, and being conscious about it is always good, but it's also, it's not the most pleasant thing to have to think about.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Like, I mean, God, what's stressful? Like, how have you been dealing with this as a father? I'm actually curious about that. Like, how do you talk to your kids about this, or how have they been doing?
It's been pretty tough, honestly. Like, it's hard to know and balance, because we're going through it too, right? So, like, I remember early, this was before the pandemic, and just like with all the shit that was going on with Trump, and maybe it was right when the pandemic started, I can't remember, but my daughter was like, do you think this will be in history books? Like, do you think this is important enough to like be remembered? And I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be like a big deal. Like,
oh my God.
It's
what a crazy thing to ask. That's like wild.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. I mean, my daughter is amazing. She's really cool, but I mean, she's going through a tough time at a tough time. I mean, she's a teenager, and she spent a whole year of her teenage life with us. Like, it's terrible. Like, it's like, it is and it isn't. It's like, well, she is not going to have what I thought her teen years were going to be, which kind of like, in a way, I'm kind of glad, because we got really close, and like, I put my son to bed every night. Like, it's awesome, you know? And we'll always have that. So that's just the experience we're having. So, I try to keep them balanced. I try not to let them see too, like, we try not to watch too much bullshit news. I've always kind of talked to them just like an adult, because they're little humans, you know? And I kind of give my daughter the, like, when do you want me to stop? Because this rabbit hole is deep. I can talk about it for hours if you want, kind of thing. Like, and she'll just be like, okay, I'm done. I'm like, all right, we'll stop at this level. But
that's hilarious. That's great. Honestly, my mom always talked to me like an adult too. And like, I think it kind of made me a more grounded human, just because I wasn't like in this fairy tale land forever. Like, I understood like what debt was and how money worked and like stuff like pretty young, just because it's like, why not learn about it? If like, I was asking questions, so she answered them, and it's like, you just, I guess probably that's like the best way to approach it, right? Is like, meet them where they are if they're asking.
Yeah. We do like we've had some pretty interesting money lessons over the pandemic. You know, like, I started letting her more in on the actual cost of things. Like, as she approaches, she's like, I can't wait to drive. And I'm like, really? Let's talk about that. Like, do you have any idea, like, just how expensive those things are? Like, you want to drive. Okay. That's gas, car, insurance before you even drive anywhere. Like, do you get how much that is? Right. And then like, we pay her like an allowance, and she fills out a little spreadsheet time card. And, you know, she sees how much money ends up on working for 3 or 4 hours and what you can get with that. And we pay a decent wage, you know, like, I'm very generous. But she's still like, wow. And I'm like, yeah, you could barely pay your cell phone bill at this point on a monthly basis. Like, it's crazy. And the hours it takes to earn that money, you really think about what you're going to spend it on, you know? So, yeah, I'm just trying to like kind of give them everything I didn't know when I was their age in a way that like tripped me up along the way. Like I'll give you the lessons I figured out a lot of times way too late, but some of them you're just going to learn on your own. Like, you know, like this is what's up. Like I try to read in front of them so they read more because reading's good. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's hard, man. Being a parent's fucking nuts. Like it's, you know, being responsible for them. Like I remember being in line at the grocery store, like in March, like 2 weeks after they locked down, and it was like zombie apocalypse. The stores were empty. Like I'm looking at it because I'm in my garage. I'm looking at it right now where I like started storing food. Like anytime I saw a big bag of rice, I bought it, and I bought like bottles of water because I'm like, this could go real crazy, and like we can survive on rice and water. We'll be good. So like I went full prepper there for a little while because I was like, I got other humans to deal with here. Like it's bananas, you know?
That I can't even imagine that kind of pressure. Like because I definitely felt like we, like my dude and I, we weren't married at the time, we were engaged, but like we were like, oh, okay, we now have to like kind of protect each other from this. And I was like, this is bullshit for like way too long. I was like, dude, well, I still have like shows booked. So what are you talking about? And he was like, you're out of your mind. I read the fucking news and I'm looking at what China is saying. And I'm also looking at what America is saying. And it's not the fucking same. So if you want to like pretend like America's the most honest country in the world, then have fun. But like, I'm taking you to Arizona. We're hiding out. And so, cause like his family has like a getaway place, I guess, in Arizona. And and they weren't there. They were stuck in Illinois. And like, we went there and stayed there for literally 3 months. Like we left a day before the whole thing shut down. And it shut down there. And we were like, this is fucking wild. And then he was like, see, I told you. And I was like, you're 100% right. And then he was like, I'm buying gold. And then he bought like all this doomsday shit. And like now our closets are like filled with like gold. Dry black beans. Like,
you're stacking gold bullion in the closets now.
Bro, wait, hold on. You're gonna die. Wait, let me show you this. Okay. Look at all of this.
You're like MREs, dude. You're ready to go.
It says lentils right here, chickpeas. Fucking, what is this? Like black. Okay, this one's not labeled. It must be gold. Red rolled oats and black beans, and then like books for days, dude. And then like this is our doomsday closet.
Respect, man. I mean, for the audience that can't see, there are 5-gallon buckets labeled with supplies for survival, and you know. Neither of you are big people. That's garage. Like 3 years worth of survival for you guys. I'm finding you after the apocalypse. You'll still have lentils left.
Dude, we'll have lentils. We have like like upstairs, he got this like water thing where like you can put in dirty water and then shake it and it purifies it. And then you can drink that. And then he got like a machete thing for like either like weapons / like
perfect with zombies. Yeah,
whatever. And then like, or like chopping food or some shit. He got like dried food. It's just like, it's hilarious because it's like everywhere we turn is like another doomsday closet. But I can't tell him he's being ridiculous because I was so wrong about this the first time.
Yeah.
So I have no cred whatsoever.
Oh, that's so amazing. Yeah, I definitely think it's like something to consider, you know, always now. It's like, okay, this is possible because we skated since 1918, basically. We had a good almost 100-year run, you know, just over 100-year run of like, you know, other than the giant wars they fought, but they weren't here, right? So like,
so they're not real.
Well, they might as well not have been. It's like we were living in this crazy like bubble of like everything's just going to keep being perfect forever. And instead of like, you know, you have a natural disaster here or there, little pockets of, that's what I was saying is like, even when the fires hit, we're shut down for 2 weeks and everybody goes back to normal. It's like in this little pocket and it's over. You know, an earthquake, yeah, it's horrible for a little while, but then everything goes back. This was everywhere, everybody. And we still are having trouble extrapolating really useful universal lessons out of it as a species. That's the part that's really like a bummer. It's like, damn it. Like we could have really united on this one and knocked it out and like been like, fuck you guys, viruses. Like, look how efficient we were at knocking even this tough one out. And like really everybody getting on the same page. And that's the part that's a bummer is like there's enough crazy on both sides of this, like that it's just like, you guys weren't listening, huh? Like didn't really take this all in as what it was. Like, even though California's way more stringent and wackier, you know, in one way, and living here, if you talk to people that live in Florida and back east and shit, they're like, what are you talking about? This thing's been over for like 6 months, you know?
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's still, it's like, I don't know how we're ever going to pull that back together. You know, I guess if the pandemic had been deadlier, it maybe would have helped. Because I think in 1918, it took 2 years to get people to like figure it out. But we have the internet now. They had newspapers. Like,
yeah,
no excuse that we couldn't get it done much faster.
No, totally. I mean, yeah, I remember like listening to whatever interviews or podcasts or whatever with like people who supposedly knew stuff, and they were like, what will be the next 9/11? You know, that's going to be pretty crucial because we're at a place where we really need, like, 9/11 in some ways, I mean, it sounds fucked up, was like good for America because they were like in the fucked up, you know, mental space because they were able to like unite against a common enemy. Yeah. And like, instead of like us versus COVID, it was Republicans versus Democrats, which is like the dumbest thing. Not it's dumb on its own, but it was especially dumb because like we really needed to come together after it was already. Remember when people were saying 2016 was the worst year ever? Like ever? Yeah. Because like Carrie Fisher died and then Trump got elected and like, oh, and then Carrie Fisher's mom died, right? Like a week later or whatever. And then like a bunch of people, like it was one of those, I'm not going to remember who. So many people are dying, you know? But it was one of those, I just remember being like, fucking good riddance 2016. Like we need to, and then it was like, oh no, 2017 was like the worst year. And then it was like, oh no, 2018. It's like, we were already like not in the good space. Yeah. And so like, if there was any time for us to really like need some encouragement, it was in fucking 2020. And then we had a president who said it was like
2020
fake.
was,
and then
2020 was pretty crazy. Like I cannot wait. I want to live long enough to read what the fuck actually happened. That's my new life's goal. Like by the time I have
a really good point. Yeah.
Like by the time I have grandchildren, should I make it that long, we should actually get the real story of what the fuck allowed so much crazy shit to happen in 1 year, politically, scientifically, whatever the fuck. Like, this thing went off the rails in 2020.
Oh my God, racially, yes. Socially, I mean, like, it didn't fucking stop. And then even we were like, okay, maybe after the election things will calm down, and then they didn't.
No.
And it just like got worse. And then January, the freaking Capitol thing, we were like, okay, this is the most 2020 shit ever. Like, what? Someone help! Excuse me.
Yeah, man, it's bananas, dude. It is absolutely bananas. But hey, man, there's no way to get over that shit but through, right? We had to go through it, and I guess the best thing is like, yeah, we're not going to bring everybody along with us, but the ones who took it for what it was and learned from it and continue to move forward and hopefully bring all the good they can out of it, well, we just got to stick together and hope, it's like, man, I hope the news is amplifying the bad because it sells. It doesn't mean that it's critical mass. It's just always what bleeds leads, right? So it's like they're going to find bad shit and they're going to find it and show it to you. How much weight do you give it, right? Like, that's the part I'm like, let's I hope we learn, but I can't help it if nobody did, right?
I think about that all the time, and I think it's like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like the best, it sounds so corny, but I guess like the best way to like make a change or make sure that things come out hopefully on the better side is just by doing it, like leading by example and just creating that reality for yourself and for the people close to you. Like, you have a whole family you can influence, you know, and then they take that and it multiplies with wherever they go. You have 2 kids and a wife. So like, you have 2, right? Yeah.
2 kids.
So it's like, I think about it. I think not 2 wives. Yeah. Got you. They, like, that's interesting. Like that's literally the only power we have, but like, that's the most power anybody can really have in a lot of ways.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. You know what is kind of, I think, a good thing in some ways is you don't, maybe I'm just purposefully ignoring or not consuming, but I don't get a lot of sense that people younger than, like, I want to say like 40 and younger either are completely checked out or on the right side of history. Not so many super, I think, on the wrong side of history in the younger generation, from what I can observe. It's older folks. It's older. It's a generational thing, it seems like, to be so, like, if you look at the general demographic of the insurrection, I would say it was mid to late 40s, 50s. You know, there's some angry young dudes there for sure, like banging stuff around, but I think by and large, like, a lot of white hair, a lot of bald, a lot of overweight beer guts charging the Capitol. You know what I mean? Like, especially, and this is stereotyping, but like, you know, it was painful to watch all that. So I watched a lot. It was traumatizing to watch. And what's burned in my mind is there were older folks, like my parents' age folks. And they're going to be gone soon. It's got to be it's got to be progress by funeral. Like, that shit just ain't going to work. Most of their lives, they didn't have the internet. Now we have the internet. We can use it wrong and we can indoctrinate a lot of people, but it seems like there's this generational, like, I don't know if you've read, but like, I've read a lot of stuff about TikTok being kind of the reason for the escalation of the insurrection, because it's so addictive and it so sucks you in to be on message, see other people mimic the words of a lie, makes the lie be more useful to your brain because you're seeing another human say it, even though they're not, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you turn a mirror to yourself and you become like 30, 40 people in the mirror, you know what I mean? Like when you can look on the side of the mirror and, you know, open it. So it's like that. It's like we've mirrored this whole, and your brain can't take it. So like, but this is so like I'm stereotyping so much, but it seems like there's a generation of people who just can't fight that off. And it went dark, you know? And, but I do feel like it's older people. I have a lot of faith in younger people to a point. I don't know. Maybe it's misplaced, but I feel like you can't pretend the internet and video evidence doesn't exist anymore. And it seems like the current crew of politicians think that it's not real. Like, oh, I never said that. It's like, look, motherfucker, you just said it. Like, and we're fact checking while you talk. So what are you doing? So.
No, but I didn't say that when I said that. I said that when I said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, what?
That's
what
a really good argument.
Yeah, it's bad. So I feel like, you know, and I'm still old enough that I had a life long before the internet was around. Like I finished high school before the internet was really big. So like I know what that was like, but I embraced the change. I think one level up, one generation later had too much established life without that thing. And they either just jumped off or jumped in and got sucked in. And the same people that would have watched QVC and bought everything just went on a rampage of, you know, the big lie, basically. And we have a giant cult of dummies, it feels like. You know?
Well, yeah, because like the new movement of like young people and like the problems that they're talking about are stuff that was like directly kind of put in place by the people who are in the generation you're talking about.
Yeah.
So they're of course going to feel attacked if you're like, hey, the planet's really like not in good condition right now because of all the shit we've been doing. And they're like, what? I didn't. And they're like, no, you're lying. As opposed to like, oh yeah, maybe like industrial machines aren't that great.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I know it's like a worldwide problem, but I'm sure other countries are like having similar conversations.
It's like watching the world. Like if you watched a show about the future and future cities, we could imagine that it gets to be a very carbon free, nice atmosphere. Like what would be the best case scenario? It's just some of the places on the country are nowhere near getting to that level yet. And we were like, kind of on pace to do it, and then we've hit a road bump. Like we've hit a bump in the road right now. Like to forward on one hand, you got electric cars and technology is just booming, and all this shit's happening. We can't stop it. And on the other hand, you have like India and China where they're just like poor, so many poor people. People can't eat, crazy, like, and we do it too. Industrial waste and just it's like, dudes, everybody just calm the fuck down. And we should have taken a breath. Like, there's this great book by R. Buckminster Fuller called Operating Manual for Planet Earth, I think. And it's like not even a big book. It's fucking amazing. He's just like, listen, dummies, we are on a planet and we're all animals, the same one. And it's like a system. It's like literally the dumbest thing you shouldn't have to explain. Right? And it's like, oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. If the fire burns in Australia, the smoke eventually makes its way. Interesting. It doesn't just disappear. Huh. Like, why are we so dumb? We have satellites now. We can see what happens from high up in the air. Like, so the fact that we still have to explain it is kind of the problem. And it's like, we're just not far enough evolved yet. You know, like it's still evolution and we're in this weird, shitty slide of shit we should be over by now. Right? It's just like, we should have done this by now. Like, do we really? Like, people are still smoking cigarettes all over the place. Like, we pretty much prove that's bad for you. Like, there's really no upside except for the tobacco company. Can we just stop? And if you really want to smoke tobacco, go for it. Like, but grow your own tobacco and smoke it, because that is probably fine. You know, because it'll take you so long to grow it. You'll be like, fuck this. I don't need this that much. And without the nicotine, you're not addicted. But, you know, it's just like, man, let's just figure this shit out and keep moving forward without like fucking with each other. It's like the basics, dude. It's the basics. And we're like, damn. So.
No, isn't that so interesting? It's almost like we're not evolved enough to understand that, or we're like almost too evolved to understand that.
It's
you
like
know what I mean?
We
Because
jumped a
it's
level. It's like we got a cheat code and jumped a level without knowing how to play the game, you know? And you're just like,
yeah,
we shouldn't be here yet. Like I shouldn't be able to talk to you in real time from, you know, wherever 50 miles away.
no, totally. I think about that all the time.
Right?
Like the internet has made it possible to be in two places at once, and our brain is not built to do that.
Yeah. 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 Oh, wow.
Like,
That's crazy.
We shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Yeah. Like we don't have to teleport. We can just use Zoom. Like Star Wars got it wrong.
That's
like,
probably going to,
or Star Trek.
To stop like all teleportation manufacturing. They're like, actually, let's just work on that Hummer electric instead, because someone got it like half figured out, and that's like close enough for now.
Oh, it's always the reassembly.
Yeah, exactly.
So many molecules.
Yeah,
so
it's like
many
for now,
molecules.
like we'll just keep working on these batteries that are all so bad for the world, but we're gonna pretend like they're not.
Yeah, but we have to.
There's no winning, dude. I don't know.
No.
I don't know what to do about it. And I want kids. It's really bad. I don't want to like. I don't know. I'm worried about it.
Well, you have to have the shitty version to get the good version, right? So it's moving faster than we could have imagined, and it's almost like if it follows like Moore's law, it'll be exponential. So like you can bet your ass that the battery technology will have to improve because they cannot keep up with the destruction that it causes to create the batteries. People will not tolerate a company that continues to decimate the planet anymore, right? So I think we have to hope that the leaders of, and this is a dark one too that could be super naive, but I mean, if you listen to enough lectures and you read enough papers and you listen to enough people talk for hours and hours and hours about what they're trying to do, it's really hard to paint them constantly as just some like evil money person, you know? Like, I think some of these folks don't give a shit about money anymore. They're trying to do something. I could be wrong. I mean, Jeff Bezos bought a crazy yacht. What the fuck does he need that for? I don't know. That doesn't help the mission, you know, but hey, maybe he likes yachts, like, and money is a joke. Like he's like, how much is it? $5 billion? Yeah, fine. Take it out of my ashtray. Like it doesn't make any sense anymore. We just got to hope they have the best intentions. And you can look at like what Elon Musk is trying to do, what Jeff Bezos is trying to do, what Google's trying to do, and shit on it. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, but there's also like just dumb people in power that shouldn't be there too, that aren't really helping the cause. Like, you know, one could argue, you know, a Putin, a Trump, the Xi, the head of China. Like, are they really trying to help us, or are they just trying to collect? Like, let's examine that. Let's really examine the morals behind what they're trying to do. If money is a side effect, okay, but I mean, like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to think that so few people could control so much. So if that is the reality, let's make sure that their moral compass is at least mostly in the right direction, you know, on the side of, you know, making the world a better place and not killing the planet. Like that should be the goal, you know? So.
No, yeah. It is a growing movement. It's like more and more people are talking about it, which is good. I mean, it's just, again, it's like, and it's hard because it is a worldwide issue, and like, how do you control the whole thing? But like, it does definitely seem like people are not denying or ignoring it as much as they used to. So like, that's really good.
I think more people talking about it, and like you said, teaching everybody, taking the opportunity to teach their kids as best they can and just move us forward a little bit. Don't fuck with anybody. That's pretty much my motto, you know? Oh man,
It's pretty simple. I mean, if we all just did that, we'd be in better shape.
fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Well, listen, Zara, it's been really fun chatting with you. I hope hope you enjoyed chatting. I really think you're doing amazing shit, and congrats on MODOK and one of the best shows ever. Family Guy is just so funny to be a part of that. I usually do like show notes, so anything you want to link to and stuff, I'll put up in there. But if there's anything you wanted to like talk about or chat or plug, that's you can do that. And yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing would just be Instagram. If anyone wants to follow me, it's Zara, Zara Mizrahi, my last name, Mizrahi, just at Zara Mizrahi, and could chat on there.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, it was so fun to do this. I'm glad we did. And it's like always a pleasure. It's been so long since we like actually had a proper catch up. So it's like really nice that we were able to do it. And like, thanks for wanting to have me on.
Yeah, man. I like I said, I miss the brains I used to get to interact with on such a regular basis, dude. And just to hear opinions and funny shit that you think about, and the crazy before and after show tags, and just being silly. And I can't wait to get back to it, but I can't wait to get back to it properly. And we're all going to be doing it a little different these days. So you're always amazing to have around, and I'm just psyched for you. And anything I can do, you always reach out and let me know.
Thanks so much. Yeah, I'm excited for your show to come back. Like, I always have the best time doing it. Like, hopefully you do it at some point whenever you want to, feel the need to, all that.
Yeah,
I know it'll be awesome. You'll do it the way you want to. That's always like the best.
Yeah. Well, it'll be fun. I've started negotiations, so we'll see.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, you're gonna have to keep me posted on that.
I will always. Be well, Zara. Cool. So good talking to you.
You too. Talk soon.
Bye.
For the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that rings in the nights, repeats and repeats.